Me. Okay. Are we ready with the visuals? Nina? Are we ready with the visuals? Grazie. Thank you very much. So good. They're car dealership guys here. Oh, no, actually, those are the founders of Archie Comics, right? Yes, gentlemen, right? Yes, those founders, and that's what they found. Okay, everybody, welcome this afternoon to the panel on Archie Artists. My name is Alex Simmons, and for those of you who've been reading Archie for decades, you don't know my name. For those who've been reading for the past 4 years, I've written, Archie's World Tour, which was a mini-series. I've written Jughead, and I did the Chuck Clayton, the cartoon life of Chuck Clayton. So I've been having a great time with them. And some of those images will be going by as we're talking. This is not synced to anything, so every now and then when I get really boring to look at, you can look over here and see some exciting images. On my right are some wonderful creators, artists, brilliant minds that have helped to make Archie what it is. And actually, here comes another one. All right, so everybody just turn around and sort of like go, Dan, where were you? Is there a chair ready for you? All good. All right, so I'm going to let the wonderful people introduce themselves. Yes, I could call off their names, but if I mispronounce it, I get flogged. So we're going to start with Tom. Tom, just say hello to the folks and who you are.
Hello, folks. My name is Tom DeFalco, and I worked for Archie in the 70s, and I'm back again.
Yes, he is. And he's going to talk about what he's doing for him soon. Right. And next?
My name's Fernando Ruiz, and I write and draw for Archie Comics.
For how long?
Oh, it's 16 years now.
There you go. Okay, thank you very much. Next?
I'm Andrew Peapoy. I've been inking for Archie for about 15 years and writing and penciling for him for about the last 5 or 6.
And I'm Joe Staten, and I've been drawing comics for close to 40 years, but I've just started penciling for Archie in the last couple of years. So, presumably there'll be more.
My name is Glenn Whitmore. I've been a colorist for Archie for the last 2 years, but I've been in the business for about 20, coloring for DC and Nexus and Steve Rude.
My name is Tanya Del Rio. I've been with Archie for about 6 or 7 years, and I'm best known for my work on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I continue to write various stories for Archie.
My name is Patrick Spaziati. I am a freelance illustrator for Archie. I actually work on the Sonic the Hedgehog book. I'm the cover artist, and sometimes every so often I do an interior here and there, and I'll be working on the upcoming Mega Man book.
Yeah. Oh, we got one of those? All right. Hold your applause. Hold your applause just a second.
My name is Dan Parent, and I've been with Archie for 23 years as a writer and artist, primarily working on most of the Betty and Veronica stuff.
The Betty and Veronica stuff. Okay, thank you. All right, now you can a round of applause for all of them. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm assuming that you all came here because you want to hear all the wonderful things that we're doing. So let's start with Tom. You're working on something for Archie that actually some of you may remember from the past, but Tom has kicked it into high gear. What is that, Tom?
I really don't know what you're referring to.
Oh, the man from. Oh, it's okay, Tom. Yeah, it's been a rough morning for Tom.
No, that one already came out. You know, I worked on The Man from Riverdale, the 4-issue thing that's already out there. I'm sure you all have, 5 or 10 copies of it, each one of you. And if you don't, we'll sell it to you at the table.
And you'll autograph it.
I think the next thing I have coming out is called Robin Arch, which is obviously a Robin Hood kind of thing with the Archie characters done in the very serious vein that you kind of expected from us. And I think after that, the next thing is a story where Archie and the gang unfortunately stumbled on a bunch of dinosaurs and havoc reigns. That's it. And my editor has just reminded me, I'm also working on something called Sam Hill Private Eye. I guess in the 50s, Archie had put out a magazine done by this wonderful Archie artist by the name of Harry Lucy, called Sam Hill Private Eye, and we're now going to do kind of an update of it. This is a private detective who has an office in a building which might be familiar to some of you on 61st Street and 1st Avenue. It's actually the old Archie Comics offices. I had to use a building I was familiar with. And he goes around solving mysteries.
Thank you, thank you. And the art style, is it going to be the same as we're used to seeing in Archie? Is it going to be a little bit more?
It's going to be a straight thing, straight artwork, more, I guess, what they refer to as the gritty look.
There you go.
But the stories will be complete, and hey, Archie Comics is doing it, so they're also
can't go wrong that way.
They're also going to be a lot of fun.
And there'll be images up there too. Okay, that was an image to look forward to right there. That's one of mine. I'll talk about that later. Okay, I was actually given a list with some neat things here to refer to, and it says here Riverdale Shore. Does that ring a bell with anybody?
Riverdale Shore, yes.
Yes. Okay, so take it away, Dan.
Yes, Riverdale Shore was an issue of Archie and Friends we did this summer, which was a takeoff of the Jersey Shore show, which I'm sure you're all familiar with and love dearly. So we took what was good from the show and that was appropriate for comic books, let's say.
Which left you very little to work with.
Right, kind of. No, actually, it actually worked out very well. Some of the characters from Jersey Shore did translate pretty well to our Riverdale characters. So that was a lot of fun. So that was one of our recent pop culture parodies.
When is that coming out?
Oh, it came out in July.
It came out in July?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I didn't get my copy.
Yeah, there's the copies at the Archie booth.
Oh, okay.
I was signing some the other day,
I'll
so
be
I
right
think there's
back.
copies there. Okay.
So that was, did you write or draw that?
I wrote and drew it, so I had to do my thorough research on the Jersey Shore. So I had to get my Snooki research in. So
Okay, and it says here something about MTV. MTV show, Archie Twitter. Talk to me. TMC. Thank you. What does that mean? It's a TMC show. See, TMZ. Thank you. Oh, that TMZ. I got something else here. I have MTV here. Okay. My notes. Forget it. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Fernando.
Yes.
Talk to us about All Star number 5, Haunted House. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's one of our graphic novels that collects all of the, many of our Archie Halloween stories. I did the cover as well as a couple of the interior stories. I think I even wrote one of the stories in there. And that's a lot of fun because you have Archie teaming up with a lot of different monsters. So anything that's out of the ordinary like that is usually a lot of fun to draw.
Okay, so we have spies, we have the Jersey Shore, which is, good moral, ethical lessons in life, and we have teaming up with monsters. This is all pretty cool. I see a nice, well-rounded world here. So let's talk about Friends and the Battle of BFF. And Dan, that's you again. Dan, you're awfully busy.
Yeah, busy this year. It's a busy year this year. Yeah, Battle of the BFFs was a 4-part series that it went from Betty to Veronica to an issue of Betty and Veronica, and then ended in Veronica. Anyway, it was a 4-part miniseries. Basically, we teamed up a lot of our female characters that some we hadn't seen in a while, and a lot of them teamed up to be like the Battle of the BFFs, who were the best friends best friends forever in this contest. Betty and Veronica, of course, won at the first round. So everyone else in town was teaming up to see if they could beat Betty and Veronica in this competition. So 3 parts have been out, and the last part comes out, I guess, next month. So the 3rd part just came out.
I have to ask, since we know you did so much extensive research for the Jersey Shore thing, how did you, the BFF, talk to us here, Dan. What did you do?
Well, BFF, we had sort of had to, look at all the other characters we've had through the years, like, Cricket Odell, for anybody who knows who Cricket Odell is. We use characters like Ginger Lopez, who we use her on a semi-regular basis. Cheryl Blossom, of course, she played a big part in it. Cheryl always comes in, and she always has a big part in things. She always shakes things up a lot. She also was big in the Jersey Shore parody too, so, of course.
So Cheryl's getting more work. It's nice.
Cheryl's
We're using Cheryl more, folks.
Yeah,
Cheryl's you missed her. Yeah.
So basically, we just teamed up a lot of characters that you haven't really seen a lot of. So I think we I directed every female character I think we've ever created, basically in the Archie universe, and used her in the story. So you have to see who wins.
Okay. All right. So any of you already have the issues? See, there you go. Okay, good. Thank you, Dan. If you brought them with you, Dan will sign them. If you didn't, go out and buy them, and Dan will sign them. See how that works out? It's like a continuing thing there. The next thing on my list, actually, I get to talk about, and that's J. Jones' Semi-Private Eye, and that's one that I wrote. It's a 4-part miniseries with Jughead. I've loved Jughead for decades. And, you know, he's always cool, he's always laid back, and people tend to think he's asleep and he's missing things. And actually, in a lot of the stories, Jughead's the one who's on point. He knows what's going on. So I give him a little bit of a Sam Spade background. And so it's a whole detective noir kind of thing where he reluctantly finds himself solving mysteries around town. And of course, every time he succeeds at one, then the next thing he knows, somebody comes running in and they yank him into another mystery. So he goes from missing scientific invention to a TV film star who needs to be rescued because all kinds of things are happening to her. It just goes on, and I enjoy doing it. And the artist on that was Rex Lindsay, who's not here today, but you know, that's okay. We'll send him the love, right? Can we send him a little love? Send Rex some love. Thank you. Thank you, Rex Lindsay. You feel the love, Rex? Okay, there you go. So that's actually the first issue. The first 2 issues are out, and they're also on the table. Well, issue 2 is on the table. Issue 1 seems to have gone, which I love to hear. So that's and you see, we're having a lot of fun with Archie at this point. We're taking him into some interesting places, and the next interesting place is LWA, Life with Archie, and we have Glenn, Andrew, and Janice. And Janice is not here. Glenn?
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that?
Well, I'm the colorist on it, and it's got, the stories have a slightly heavier tone to them, so as a colorist I have to pick up on that and color accordingly and give it a little more weightier, for lack of a better word, tone to it. They're fun stories to color. I love art, Norm's and art, and I love the inking by Joe and Andrew, and it's been a real blast.
I'm just curious, just for the technologically minded individuals, how do you color? Do you color?
I color on computer. Everything I did up until then, I was doing by hand, doing guides, and this time around I'm doing it on computer, which is a lot of fun. I got a lot more control over how the colors come out, and it's a real blast.
The magazine is based on the Archie Marries Veronica, Archie Marries Betty series, which did so well, and that was written by Michael Uslan. I said his name wrong several times yesterday, so forgive me. But Paul Kupperberg is writing this, right? And it has a semi-magazine format, so you're getting 2 completely different stories, and you're getting Archie with Betty, Archie with Veronica. And as he said, it has a heavier tone, and there's a lot of things going on. Mr. Lodge plays a really interesting driving position in this. He's not just that sort of, oh, that rich, funny guy is off on the side now. He's got some serious agendas. And so you might want to check it out if you haven't already, and we have issues of those on the table. Yes, right, Victor? See, Victor says yes. Victor says yes. Victor says yes, it's all good. Okay. Say that again? They got him back in this morning, that's right. We flew out and got, never mind. All right, so let's moving on. What's coming up? Now, again, we were just talking about Life with Archie, and we have issue 4, 5, and 6. Tanya, I haven't forgotten you. I'm just running down this list here, okay? So, we have Life with Archie, but we have a new version of it here? Is that what I'm hearing? Or is this 4, 5, 6, I am following the story? Because on Friday, we announced that we're doing a new magazine format. Are You Betty, Are You Veronica? So that's something very intense and very exciting. And who's working on that, Victor? Okay, so Mike Uslan is setting it up for us, and then Paul